The patron saint of England. St. George, the patron saint of England. Who is St. George? St. George is the patron saint of England. His emblem, a red cross on a white background, is the flag of England, a symbol of England. St. George's emblem. The flag of England. King Richard adopted St. George's emblem and brought it to England in the 12th century. The king's soldiers wore it on their tunics to avoid confusion in battle. The English flag is part of the British flag. What is a patron saint? Like England, each country in Britain has its own patron who in times of great peril is called upon to help save the country from its enemies. The legend of St. George and the Dragon. The most famous legend of St. George is of him slaying a dragon. In the Middle Ages, the dragon was commonly used to represent the devil. The slaying of the dragon was first credited to St. George in the 12th century, long after his death. It is therefore likely that the many stories connected with St. George's name are fictitious. The story of St. George and the Dragon. A town was terrorized by a dragon. A young princess was offered to the dragon, and when George heard about this, he rode into the village, slayed the dragon and rescued the princess. Who was the real St. George? St. George was a brave Roman soldier who protested against the Romans' torture of Christians and died for his beliefs. The real St. George, born in Turkey, in Cappadocia, lived in 3rd century. His parents were Christian. Became a Roman soldier. Protested against Rome's persecution of Christians. Imprisoned and tortured, but stayed true to his faith. Beheaded at Lydda in Palestine. What did he do to become England's patron saint? The popularity of St. George in England stems from the time of the early Crusades, when it is said that the Normans saw him in a vision and were victorious. St. George's patron saint not only of England but also of Aragon, Catalonia, Georgia, Lithuania, Palestine, and Portugal. St. George is also patron saint of soldiers, archers, cavalry and chivalry, farmers and field workers, riders and saddlers, and he helps those suffering from leprosy, plague. When is St. George's Day? St. George's Day is on April 23rd, so, in a sense, This is England's National Day. St. George is one of the symbols associated with England. Symbols of England. The Cross of St. George. Symbols of England. The Three Lions Crest. Symbols of England. The national flower. People, places, things associated with England.
Hi, I'm Mikey. Welcome to Oxford Online English.
We need to talk about syllables. A syllable has one vowel sound, and only one vowel sound, and one or more consonant sounds. Let's do some more practice. Look at 4 more words. Breakfast, banana, tomorrow, university. How many syllables do they have? Breakfast has 2 syllables. Break, fast.
Banana has 3 syllables. Ba-na-na.
Tomorrow has 3 syllables. To-mar-ro.
University has 5 syllables. U-ni.
English vocabulary for joking and humor is tell a joke, never say a joke. And sometimes you'll also hear the informal expression crack a joke, which means the same thing, to tell a joke. For example, before starting my speech, I told a joke to make the audience laugh. My sister's so funny, she's always cracking jokes. crack up, or burst out laughing. This is an informal way to say, my boyfriend used to say that he felt like he was dating a child, but he was just kidding. Tease someone, or make fun of someone. These expressions mean to make little comments about someone which are rather funny, but also may be slightly insulting or embarrass the person. Teasing or making fun of someone can be light and friendly. For example, if you have a good relationship with the person, so they find the teasing funny and don't take it seriously. Or it can be mean and rude. For example, if the comments are really making the person feel bad about themselves. Here are some examples of light or friendly teasing. I always tease my husband about not knowing how to fold a shirt properly. My best friend makes fun of me for being late all the time. And here are some examples of teasing that makes the person feel bad. The kids at school teased me a lot because I was fat. I was hurt when I found out my coworkers were making fun of my accent. No joke and no laughing matter. Saying something is no joke or no laughing matter means it's serious. It is not something to take lightly. No laughing matter in particular is often used when someone is joking about or laughing at something that deserves more serious consideration. For example, getting a virus on your computer is no joke. It can really do a lot of damage. The guy grabbed a girl's butt and thought it was funny, but sexual assault is no laughing matter. Now put it into practice. Can you write a comment on this video using 2 to 3 of the words from this lesson in sentences? Go ahead and try. In my Vocabulary Builder courses, you can learn hundreds of new words and put them into practice. After every lesson, there are
Diversity. So, this lesson isn't really about syllables, it's about stress. What's the connection between syllables and stress? Think about the word banana. Banana has 3 syllables. Do you pronounce all the syllables the same? Na.
No, you don't. One syllable is stronger. Banana. This is stress. If a word has 1 syllable, you don't need to think about stress. But if a word has 2 syllables or more, 1 syllable is always stressed. It has a strong, clear pronunciation. Let's practice pronouncing word stress correctly.
Let's look at an example you just saw. Banana. Do you remember where the stress is? It's on the 2nd syllable. Banana. What makes the stressed syllable different?
There are 3 things you need to do to pronounce stress correctly. 1, the stressed syllable should be louder. 2, the stressed syllable should be a little higher. 3, the stressed syllable should be a little longer in time. Let's practice. First, listen to 3 words you saw before. Person, beautiful, information. Here, I was exaggerating the stress so that you can hear it clearly. You don't need to pronounce the stress this strongly. However, when you practice, it's a good idea to try to overpronounce the stress a little. This will make sure that you're pronouncing it correctly. So where is the stress in these 3 words? Listen again, and this time repeat the words after me. Person, beautiful, information.
Let's try one more time. Person. Beautiful. Information. How was that? Could you pronounce the stress clearly? Next, let's look at 4 more words you saw before. Breakfast. Banana. Tomorrow. University. This time, I pronounced the stress in a more natural way. Could you hear it? Where is the stress in these 4 words?
Let's try one more time. Breakfast. Banana. Tomorrow. University. When you look up a word, you can find the stress by looking at the phonetic transcription. The thing that looks like an apostrophe shows you where the stress is. When you see this apostrophe, the next syllable is the stressed syllable.
When you write down new vocabulary, make sure you record the stress too. You can put a mark over the stressed syllable or underline it. At this point, you might be thinking, are there any rules about word stress? How do I know where the word stress is if I don't have a dictionary? Let's talk about that.
Quality writing makes your schoolwork better. Meet Grammarly, the digital writing assistant that helps students create effective writing that delivers results. Getting in-depth writing feedback couldn't be easier. Suggestions are provided in real time to help you write clear and mistake-free sentences. These thoughtful suggestions help you tighten up important papers, group assignments, and even emails to your peers and professors. And Grammarly can check your text against billions of web pages to make sure your writing is original. You know that email you're nervous about? Grammarly can tell you if your tone sounds just right. Quality writing can make all the difference, whether you're at your desk or on the go. Customize your writing feedback based on what you're trying to do. Set your goals. When you're writing an essay for class or an email to a professor, to get tailored suggestions based on the context of your work. Write confidently knowing that Grammarly is there to help you share your perspective inside the classroom and out. Download today at Grammarly.com.
Tạm biệt mặt lưới thông thường, đón chào đột phá mặt lưới lộ hóa từ Cortex khô thoáng mới.
We've got good news and bad news for you. The good news is that there are some rules about stress in English. The bad news is that the rules don't cover everything